Guys, so I'm gonna read Fantastic Four number 10. So before I read that, I want to shout out Real Quick Comics, because he shouted me out in the he yeah, he shouted me out in the description. His video, he said we're very good friends. Um yeah, so go check out his YouTube channel. He does very good. He does way better content than I do. Well, I read a lot of. He reads like he does shorts. I do just longer videos. I'm not really into YouTube shorts because I don't know. I think there's too much. I think it's hard to explain with YouTube shorts. Like I think like there's too much going on and like the words are too weird. It's hard to explain. But anyway, yeah, I really like his videos. So for YouTube shorts, they're very good. Very excellent videos. He has an amazing voice. Um, yeah, he's a very good YouTuber. But anyway, so Fantastic Four number 10. Hold your breath. Here is the return of Doctor Doom. So in this comic, Doctor Doom and Mr. Fantastic switch bodies. So I'm gonna do when Doctor Doom is in Mr. Fantastic's body. I'm gonna do Mr. Fantastic, or just I'll just like kind of ad lib. So anyway, how's this for a twist, Jack? We've got Doctor Doom as one of the Fantastic Four, and Mr. Fantastic himself is the villain. Our fans ought to flip over this yarn. In this epic issue, surprise follows surprise, as you actually meet Lee and Kirby in the story. Yeah, this is another thing. It's really, yeah, so they actually do meet Stan Lee, Jack Kirby. So it's very bizarre. It's like breaking the fourth wall. But plus a gorgeous pin-up of the Invisible Girl. So that's at the end. So the return of Doctor Doom. Don't move, Sue. I'm taking this picture of you with my electronic X-ray camera using radioactive film. Perhaps this time we'll get some clue to your power of invisibility. Please hurry, Reed. It's so hot and stuffy here while the torch keeps its flame on. Oops, sorry, Sue. I forgot I'll flame off. Look, Johnny. My vibrolight process captured Sue's outline slightly, even though she was invisible. Now, if we only could duplicate this process at will. Reed, Johnny, look, out the window. Our emergency signal flares. Something's up. It must be from the Thing. He's the only one of us who isn't here. Yippee, this means a new adventure for us. I dig that the most. What's wrong, Reed? What are you waiting for? It's this blamed door. I can't open it. The nuclear lock mechanism's jammed. Just step aside, pal. I'll burn it open in no time. Hey, what are you doing? Trying to stop you from blowing us up, kid. Did you forget how sensitive that nuclear device is to heat? We'll have to try it my way. I'll feel my way upstairs to where the Fantastic car is garaged and try to fly it down to our window from there. This is tougher than I thought. Let's see. I think it's in this direction now. Oh no, I'm in the wrong hangar. This is the Pogo plane. And, gasp, the strain is too great. Can't stretch any more. Ow, feels like my muscles were caught in a wringer. You shouldn't ever try to reach that far, Reed. Look, I learned something new. I can concentrate my flame so much that it burns without heat. The lock is opening now. Thanks, Johnny. Let's forget the Fantastic car now. We can make better time without it. The flare came from nearby. Now you're talking. Flame on! The flare came up from around the corner. The Thing must be visiting his girlfriend, Alicia. Gangway, folks. I'm in a hurry. Look out, it's the Human Torch. That young show-off should be taught a lesson before he hurts somebody. Hey, there's Mr. Fantastic. Let's get his autograph. I want a piece of his uniform for a memento. Isn't he handsome? Come here, you adorable thing. Ooh, thank heavens for my stretching powers. Well, well, if it ain't the famous Invisible Girl. So this is what you look like. You shouldn't ever turn invisible, doll. How's about a smile for one of your fans? Just wait till I tell him at the pool that I met the Invisible. Hey, what the? Get lost, repulsive. And now to get Alicia's apartment. That must be where the Thing. What's wrong with that driver? Is he trying to hit me? Oh, I forgot, I'm invisible. He doesn't see me. I gotta turn visible now. Holy smoke, where'd that gal come from? Scree. Woo, he just missed me. Honest, officer, it wasn't my fault. I know, I saw her too. Minutes later, it's about time you all got here. What's wrong, Thing? We thought you were in trouble. Flame off! You big baboon. Was it just a false alarm? Tell that hothead to simmer down, mister. Since when do I have to be in trouble in order to send for you? It's my fault, Mr. Fantastic. He called you because of me. Well, no harm done, Alicia. What is it, Thing? I've been wanting you to see what Alicia's been working on. She's carved miniature statues of some of the creeps we battled in the past. So there's Mole Man, Miracle Man, the Skrulls, Doctor Doom, and Namor. Amazing. It's hard to believe that a girl who cannot see can have such a marvelous talent. They're so lifelike. It's almost frightening. But why did you have to include Prince Namor with those horrible menaces? After all, the Submariner wasn't as bad as they. I'm glad you mentioned that, Sue. I've been wanting to talk to you about Submariner. I always thought we had an understanding, Sue. I thought when the time was right that you and I mean... Don't say it, Reed. Please, not now. Not yet. I'm not even sure of my own feelings. Boy, I'm glad I'm not old enough to have those kind of mushy problems. And that, dear reader, is as far as Jack Kirby and I got with our story before the unexpected happened. But let us show you how it all came about. Our scene now changes to the studio of Kirby and Lee on Madison Avenue, where we find... How about someone like this for our villain, Stan? We can call him Falseface. Not bad, Jack, but I think he sounds a little too commonplace. Our fans have grown to expect real, exciting supervillains from us. There's pictures of Ant-Man, Hulk, and Thor. I will read all of those eventually. I just gotta get the Golden Age. Well, I gotta get the Captain Atom first few issues of that out. And then I gotta read a few of the Supermans, and then I gotta read a shit ton of the JSA stories. So I gotta read a bunch of them. Because they're all linked. I can't really explain how they're linked by first appearances, and yeah, basically first appearances. That's how they're linked. But all the comics I read, and some are just recommended, but others are linked by first appearances. But anyway, too bad that Doctor Doom was lost in space. He was possibly the greatest villain of all. Yeah, we sure can't come up with a menace like him every day. And then it happened. Did someone mention my name? No, it can't be. It isn't possible. But it is. It's Doctor Doom. He's alive. But how? How did you save yourself from being hurtled into endless space? It is a long story. We will not discuss it now. Now I have more important matters to attend to. Now it is time for my revenge. Oh, that face. Don't take off your mask. Don't. I do not blame you for shrinking from the sight of me. I still cannot bear to gaze upon my face myself. But I must remove my mask at times, else I feel it will strangle me. But enough of that. You are searching for a story. Well, I shall give you one. Here, phone Mr. Fantastic. Say what I tell you if you value your lives. So we last saw Doctor Doom in Fantastic Four #6. So in that one, he teamed up with Namor. I read that one, and he went into an asteroid. And it said, okay, so I guess he explains how he escaped later. But in part 2, Back from the Dead. Tell Mr. Fantastic to come here right away to discuss a new story with you. Try to warn him and your fate will be worse than this ashtray's. Don't worry. I'm more anxious to see Mr. Fantastic right now than you are. A phone call for you, Reed. It's Lee and Kirby. They'd like to go to their studio to work out a plot with them. Strange. We just finished discussing a new plot yesterday. So I'm guessing in universe, Stanley and Jack Kirby wrote comics based on the Fantastic Four, I'm guessing. Or based on a bunch of the heroes instead of creating them. I know later on, there's like a comic in the 90s where like Jack Kirby is revealed to be like God. He's revealed to be the one above all. Apparently in the comics. Or the one above all looks exactly like him. So I don't know. Anyway, it's really weird. But very well, if it's important, I'll be right over. You talking to those two goons who write about us? When you see 'em, Buster, give 'em a message from me. Tell 'em if they don't stop making me look even uglier than I am, I'm liable to go up there and wrap this 2-ton weight around their skinny necks. Simmer down, thing. Tell me, what makes you so bad-tempered all the time? You kiddin', Reed? This is his good-natured mood. Usually he's even more unbearable. Very funny, twerp. Who writes their gags, the local undertaker? Well, I'll go and see what Lee and Kirby want, and then... Hey, let go! Stop stretching my clothes, you two. Stop it. Don't be a sourpuss, partner. We just want to make sure you remember to wear your stretch suit, in case you need it. What do you complain about, Rubberface? We can't make your clothes look any worse. Meanwhile, across town, from the scene of friendly horseplay, we find... Doom, you're a fool if you think you can defeat the Fantastic Four. They've beat you in the past, and they'll do it again. Silence. There is the buzzer. Answer it. What's that? Reed Richards is outside? Yes, I'm expecting him. Show him in. My moment is at hand. Now step aside, quickly. Hello, fellas. My sleeping gas will keep him helpless until I awaken him. I have given you a card with my address. Call the other three and tell them I shall wait for them there. They will gallantly rush to save their leader, and that will be their undoing. Now I shall leave as I arrived. Okay, I sound Irish there. I don't know what the fuck. Okay. Now I shall leave as I arrived, by means of the mystic science known to only Dr. Doom. Farewell for now. Gulp, it isn't possible. Jackson, with a guy like Doom, anything is possible. He seems so confident. I hope the Fantastic Four can defeat him. And a few hours later, at the secret laboratory of the Master Menace. Awaken, Reed Richards. I command you. Dr. Doom. But how? I brought you here by means of my mental teleporter. I only have to think of a place, and I can be there. In a way, you are responsible for my obtaining this device, as well as the other marvels I possess. Let me explain. You remember several months ago, you thought you had the scene of the last of me, as I was carried into space on a speeding meteor. But fortune was with me. Before very long, I was sighted by beings from another galaxy. They called themselves the Ovoids, and their science and culture were a million years ahead of ours. Welcome to our ship, Earthman. My first thought was to protect myself from them, but I learned it was not necessary. Stay back! Come any closer and I'll fire! Put away your puny weapon, mortal. We mean you no harm. If we wish to injure you, we could do it by the power of thought alone. See how we can move objects of any weight as easily as you blink your eye? If I could steal some of their powers, learn their secrets, the world would be mine. But their greatest secret of all was the secret of switching bodies. What is wrong with him? He is dying, but it is no importance. We shall merely take him to the extra body chamber, where he changes to a new young body, which had been previously designed for him. See, by this method we are practically immortal. They were so civilized that they trusted every other living thing. It was too easy for me to learn their secrets and to ask them to return me to the planet Earth. Through a beam of pure energy, they lured me to my home planet to prepare for my supreme revenge. And now, armed with the skills of the ovoids, plus my own brilliant scientific genius, I am ready to undertake the complete defeat and destruction of the Fantastic Four, my first step to absolute domination of all Earth. Doom, I've heard enough. You're mad to think you can triumph over the four of us. Mad, am I? Just watch. For more years than I care to remember, this mask of mine has been a prison, hiding a face too gruesome for human eyes to see. But now I shall gain my freedom. Have you forgotten what I told you about the power of switching bodies? Did you not suspect that all the time we were here talking, I was mentally controlling you, affecting you, changing you, until now, at last, I have broken free of my prison. Actually, I don't know if, because they get confused, the Fantastic Four get confused, so I should probably, yeah, so I'll just do Mr. Fantastic, so I'll do like an evil Mr. Fantastic voice. So at last, I have broken free of my prison. I have changed bodies with you. I've done it. I put my brain in the body of Reed Richards. I've become Dr. Doom, and yet I still have Reed Richards' brain. Beneath this evil exterior, I am still Mr. Fantastic, but who would believe it? Dr. Doom, I don't know how you've accomplished this horrible thing, but you don't get away with it. You're whistling in the dark, mister. I now possess all your physical powers, plus my own knowledge of the black arts. You can't ever be a threat to me again. I can't allow you to menace an unsuspecting world in the guise of Mr. Fantastic. I'll stop you, even if it means the end of both of us. Ha! Brave words from one who is now my inferior. Have you forgotten the power of Mr. Fantastic's body, a power which is now possessed by Dr. Doom? I can defeat you in 1,000 ways. You are putty in my hands. But I shall not finish you off yet. You are still useful to me, for you shall help me to conquer your three partners. And unless I miss my guess, they should be just about to make their appearance right now. And at that very instant, where is he? Where's Dr. Doom? Let me at him. The end of Mr. Fantastic, Part 3. So, Lee and Kirby were right. You did return. Well, I'm gonna make you wish we're back where you came from. That's it, Thing. Let him have it. Don't give him another chance to escape. Careful, Thing. You never know what trick Dr. Doom will try next. What? Wait, Thing! Don't! I'm Reed. I'm not Dr. Doom, I'm Reed. Don't you understand? I'm Reed. Huh? What'd you say? Look into my eyes. Listen to my voice. Trust your senses, your instinct. Can you tell? Can't you see what's happened to me? Don't let him confuse you, Thing. You know how tricky he is. Don't let him break free. I don't need you to tell me that. I wasn't born yesterday. Why would an evil genius like Dr. Doom try to fool us with such a ridiculous story? Of course he's trying to trick us. Even now, while he's pleading for mercy, he could have escaped us by using this atomic matter scrambler, which was concealed in his armor. No, I didn't know that it was. There, I don't believe him, Thing. Listen to me. Shut your yap, playmate, before I shut it for good. You realize, at last, you cannot confuse us. You cannot divide us. We caught you again, Doom, and this time you'll never escape. I'm not beaten yet. My turn will come, and when it does, not a chance, Doom, 'cause we're gonna find a way to keep you from causing any more trouble forever. I know. I'll burn out a little vial, surrounded by molten lava. It'll be impossible for him to cross the flaming moat. Or else I'll create a blazing cell with Doom in the center. Once a week I'll return to renew the flame. Simmer down, hothead. I'm sick of you, always trying to hog the spotlight. The only way to really settle that corny punk is to toss him into a crevice in the desert, and then shove a boulder over it. A boulder that nobody can budge except yours truly. Though those are excellent suggestions, boys. But I've a better idea. We'll lock him in this very chamber he had prepared for us. And a moment later, well, with thick, unbreakable plexiglass prison. But what if he runs out of air? We don't want to murder the creep. Don't worry, Thing. There is sufficient air within the dome. He'll be safe until we can find a permanent way to render him harmless. Brr, this place gives me the creeps. The others have left. I didn't feel it necessary to tell them there is only enough oxygen in those cylinders to last for 1 hour. And after that, well, accidents will happen. That's it, struggle. Use out your oxygen fast as you can. What a fitting end to my archenemy. But you may take comfort in the knowledge that the fate I have planned for the other three will be even more ingenious. And so farewell. You have been doubly imprisoned behind unbreakable glass, and imprisoned forever in another body. How sweet my revenge! Never was a triumph so complete, so glorious, and no one shall ever know. To all the world I shall always be Reed Richards. Dr. Doom has found the perfect hideout in the form of Mr. Fantastic. No place to turn. A short time later at the Fantastic Four's headquarters. Say, what's going on, Sue? Where'd you get the toy animals? They're not toys, Johnny. Incredible as it seems, they're alive. They ran out when we opened Reed's lab door. I don't get it. What new experiment is he working on now? And how does it tie up to this newspaper headline? Okay, so it says, Daily Bulletin, zoo animals missing. Well, we better round him up and return him to the lab before Reed gets back. Yes, you know how angry he gets if anyone interferes with his work. Big deal. So what he'll do to me, slap my wrist? Come here, you pesky critter. Well, what's going on here? It's okay, Reed. These little animals got loose, and we're trying to put them back. Looks to me like you're the one with the explaining to do, buddy. I suppose you're right. You want to know where these tiny creatures came from, eh? Blame right we do. And if you're the joker who stole them from the zoo, then that makes all holier than thou, Reed, as much as a lawbreaker as anyone else. Wait, don't condemn me until you've heard my motives. I did it only for you. Look, do you see this little device? It's my new reducing ray. Reducing ray? But why? All right, sister. You're asking for it. I'll come up with a story that will have the three of you begging me to seal your own doom. I developed that ray to help me increase your own powers. It may be hard for you to understand, so let me give you a little example. As you know, ages ago, the dinosaurs were the lords of the earth, but unfortunately for them, their bodies grew too large with their brains remained the same, until they simply grew themselves out of existence. But what if they had been smaller? If their bodies had been a fraction of their natural size, then their brains would have been much larger in comparison. Today, the dinosaurs might still be the rulers of the earth. I intend to use my reducing device inside it of our nuclear-powered atomic activator, and to subject each of us to its rays. For a short time, we'll each be reduced to a fraction of our normal sizes. Take the Torch, for instance. Imagine if he could shrink to a much smaller size. And while shrinking, imagine if he could still retain all his amazing powers. Then after returning to his normal size again, he would find that his powers had increased. He could maintain his flame for a much longer period of time. He could outfly a jet. He could do many things that are as of yet impossible for him. As for Sue, once her powers were increased, she could make any part of her body invisible by simply wishing it, and she can control her invisibility for as long as she wished. And you, Thing, how desperately you have wished to become a human again. Well, once your powers have been magnified through my ray, you will achieve your heart's desire. Think, Ben Grimm. Think of being able to return to your normal self by simply wishing it. Think what my ray might mean to you, to your loved one, Alicia. And now Now tell me that I should not have broken the law by borrowing those animals to experiment upon. Yowie, lead me to that little old Ray Daddy-O. I want to be the first. Look out, you flamin' featherbrain. Scorch me again like that, and I'll reduce you to ashes. Besides, I'm going to get the first to be doused with that ray. I'm the oldest and the strongest. Oof, stay still, blast you, pal. Benjamin J. Grimm, I'm surprised at you. Have you never heard of ladies first? Where are your manners? The race should be turned on me. It worked. They fell for my study like a ton of bricks. Reed Richards would have seen through it. But a little scientific double-tuck can fool almost any other unsuspecting victims. Let's not rush things, my friends. Give me a few more hours to perfect the ray, and then I'll put you under it all the same time. They're gone, the fools. I'm enjoying this too much. I can't end it so soon. I got to toy with them a while longer, to savor my plan, to cherish the thought of my greatest victory. Little do they suspect that my reducing ray does work, as they claimed. But if I continue to keep the ray on, the object which is shrinking continues to shrink and to shrink until it has shrunk into nothingness, the nothingness which is to be the fate of the invisible girl, the torch, and the accursed thing. Meanwhile, back at the dungeon of Dr. Doom, the air begins to thin out with the unyielding glass cage. Must get free somehow. Must find a way out. My life doesn't matter. But Sue, Johnny, Ben, can't fail them. Can't let Doom destroy them. Doom's face mask. Perhaps if I take it off, use it as a weapon. No, it's no good. I can't crack it enough to get through the air. The glass is too thick. Nothing short of an explosion would. Wait, an explosion, that's it. These oxygen cylinders won't be any good to me soon. But now, when there's still some air remaining, I'll put one of them in the crack I made with the helmet, and then smash the other against it. If only I can hurl it hard enough. It worked. The impact of those 2 oxygen cylinders caused an explosion. I'm free. Blam. Long, torturous moments later, a weary, desperate, yet strangely undaunted figure enters the apartment of the gentle Alicia. Do not be alarmed. I have come because I need your help. Who are you? I am Reed Richards, but you must give me a chance to explain. Something horrible has happened. The things, Sue, Johnny, they're in the gravest danger. Your voice. It is not the voice of Mr. Fantastic. I know, that is what I must make you understand. Good thing I was here visiting Alicia when Doom came in. He might have convinced that trusting child. Part 5, The Real Dr. Doom. There, lucky I struck a vulnerable spot. Oh, Alicia, if I hadn't been here to tell you the good news about Reed's ray, I shudder to think what might have happened. I'd better call the others right away. What happened, Sue? I heard the sound of a muffled blow. Could have been the awesome Dr. Doom? Hello, operator? Get me the Fantastic Four's headquarters. Hurry. Strange. Beneath this cold steel I can feel the warmth of a spirit, of kindness. I don't understand. How can that be Dr. Doom? There's an aura of goodness about him, of nobility. Alicia, you don't know what you're saying. You're talking about the most sinister, the most ruthless menace on Earth. He's the most dangerous human of all time. Even before Alicia can frame an answer, the door crashes open and a thundering mass of fury and muscles seizes the now conscious figure before him. So, you tried to scare Alicia, did you? Nothing can save me from me now, you miserable ghoul. No, Thing, I meant no harm. Wait. Thing, give him a chance to speak, maybe. Keep out of this, Torch. I ain't kidding now. He threatened Alicia. Did you hear me? He dared to threaten Alicia. That's it, Doom. I'm gonna demolish you. No, Thing, you can't. You mustn't hear me. Thing, hear me. What's wrong with me? Why did I stop? Why can't I smash you? It's as though something is holding inside of me is holding me back. It's your instinct, Ben. I knew it would save me. I must be losing my marbles. Maybe I'm cracking up. Come on, Torch, let's get back to the headquarters. For once I'm willing to let Reed decide what to do. Suddenly, I feel all mixed up. Hey, get away from our Fantastic Car, kids. Beat it. I told you not to park it there. Look, the thing and the torch in person. Wow. Guess we can't blame kids for poking around the Fantastic Car thing. I'd do it myself if I saw it parked in the street. Who cares about that? I want to know why I couldn't pulverize Doom. What if I'm losing my guts? What if I turn chicken? And so, blast the luck. How did Richards escape? I've got to move fast. No. Reed, we brought Dr. Doom here, so you could tell us what to do with him. No, don't ask him. Not him. How can I convince you? There must be some way. There, I put the electronic coil ropes on his wrists. They'll keep him harmless for a while. Now let's get to the ray. Once I've increased your powers, you'll be able to deal with Dr. Doom. Can't wait a second. I got to dispose of these three while Richards is helpless. That's it, Sue. Now you stand next to her, Torch. And you too, Thing. This is a great moment for us. They'll never know how great. In a few seconds I'll be rid of them forever, and then I can finish Mr. Fantastic off at my own leisure. But at that instant, a desperate figure hurls himself into the room. Don't do it! Don't let him train that ray on you. Believe what you want about me, but don't trust him. He'll destroy you. Say back, you meddling fool. Back, I say. Now I know it's been bugging me. It sounds crazy, but Reed somehow doesn't sound like Reed. I've been thinking the same thing. Let me handle this thing. I got an idea. There's some construction men excavating a building foundation in the street below. By controlling my heat, I can warm up the particles in the air here enough to cause a heat mirage, making the dynamite's reflection seem to be right in this room. Stand back, Thing, and watch. Dynamite, about to go off. Got to pull the fuse before Sue and the others are injured. Dynamite, I'll save myself by slithering up this vent. Here, hey, where you going? Come back here, Buster. You got a heap of explaining to do. No, let go, you fool. Are you mad? Brother, you don't know how mad. Crazy as it is, I believe that you and Reed switched bodies. Yeah, my trick worked. I knew that the real Dr. Doom would try to save his own worthless hide, while the real Mr. Fantastic would try to save the rest of us. You know? And at that split second, under the staggering shock of learning that his incredible scheme has been exposed, Dr. Doom unthinkingly relaxes mental control over the two bodies, and in front of everyone's startled eyes, the awesome change takes place once more. What have I done? I've become myself again. I failed. I've been defeated by the accursed Fantastic Four. Stop. Stay back, all of you. I'm still Dr. Doom. You'll never bring me to justice, do you hear? I'll find a way to beat you yet. Back, I say. None may lay a hand on Dr. Doom. I still have one more ace I can play. While you were in my form, Richards, you never suspected that my right index finger houses a sub-miniature transistor-powered atomic blast gun. Nothing can withstand its impact, as you shall now all learn. Doom, you're not shooting at clay pigeons. We've had plenty of practice in dodging wild, hastily aimed shots. Blast it, missed. But I hit the control panel of my reducing ray machine. Oh no! Turn it off, do you hear? Turn it off! I'm right in its path. It's bathing me with its deadly beam. All right, it's off. But what? Too late. I was under it for too long. The fate I had planned for others will now be mine. Do something. Don't let me shrink to nothingness. You've got to help me. Hurry, hurry. Quick. In another few seconds it will be too late. Oh, what a way to go. And yet how fitting that he should meet the fate he had planned for you. Reed, after the day you'll always be the top dog in this combo. He always was Ben, but you never admitted it. The end. So surprise follows surprise in our next great issue. More thrilling details about the origin of the FF, a special pen-up of the Submariner, and meet the Impossible Man. Reserve your copy today, Stan and Jack. So the pen-up is Invisible Girl. So Invisible Woman later. So at that time she was called Invisible Girl. So Sue Storm, the glamorous Invisible Girl. In answer to many requests, note the details in the control panel of Sue's section of the fabulous Fantasticar. Okay. So 1962, love and kisses to my wonderful fans, Sue. Okay, so that's the end of that issue. Hope you guys enjoy this comic. If you could like, comment, or subscribe, that would be appreciated. Thank you, and I'll see you guys later.